welcome to Yoga for First Responders. I'm Heather, and today we're going to do a little moving meditation. So we're going to do some movement with our breath, and as we move with our breath, as we link those two together, it also links our mind, our focus with those two things, which a meditation is really just anything that we choose to focus on one thing and just practice coming back to that one thing throughout a period of time. So let's try that as we move around today. I find that's a little bit easier than just sitting still and trying to focus. I like to move. So let's give it a try. So as we begin, let's first find our breath. And before we can do that, we need to kind of find our space. So feel free to sit on a chair, you can sit on a blanket, you can sit flat on the floor, wherever's comfortable for you. Let's take a few shoulder rolls here, just drawing them up, down, and back. A few circles with those shoulders, just beginning to find your seat. Feel free to move around a little bit on your mat, maybe forward and back, side to side. Eventually just finding some stillness here, just for a few breaths as we begin. Feel free to close your eyes here, or you can always just find a gentle gaze down at the floor, a few feet out in front of you. And just begin to notice your breath. You don't need to change it quite yet, just try to find your natural pace, your natural rhythm of the breath here. Maybe you're breathing through the nose, maybe you're breathing through the mouth. Again, just whatever is most comfortable to you. You might find just by bringing your awareness to your breath, it might start to slow down a little bit, maybe it gets a little deeper. It might stay the same, and that's totally fine too. But for the next few breaths here, we're going to find a little rhythm, a little beat, a little count with our breath. And I'll keep the count for you. But as we move into it, what we're going to do is we're going to inhale to the count of 4 and exhale to the count of 4. I'll count along with you as we breathe, but as with anything in yoga, if it becomes overwhelming or if counting that breath causes you to feel anxious or stressed, feel free to let go of that count and just come back to your natural breath at any time. So, once again, finding your breath, go ahead and finish your next exhale. And then on the next breath in, we're going to start breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. 2 more times, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and let go of that counting. Coming back to your natural breath here, just check in once more, notice how the body feels, where the mind is at. All right, now if you're seated with those legs crossed, go ahead and cross them the other way. If you're seated any other way, feel free to stay just as you are. Just readjust, sit up nice and tall. Let's begin to move with our breath. So on our next breath in, reaching those arms out and up, connecting the hands, exhaling them down to your heart center. Let's inhale the arms all the way back out and up. Reaching up tall, exhale, hands connect, finding that heart center once more like that. Inhale as you reach out and up. Exhaling, hands to your heart. Changing it up a bit, we're going to inhale, reach those arms straight up. Exhale, reach out and down until the hands find the floor. Inhale as you reach out and up. Exhaling, hands to your heart center. Inhaling, reaching those arms back up. Exhale, really out to the sides, maybe back and down until the hands find the floor. One more breath like that. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhaling, hands to your heart. Inhale, back up. And exhale all the way out and down. Keep that left hand on the floor. Let's inhale, right arm lifts up and over. And exhale, lowering it down to the floor. Inhaling, left arm lifts, reaching up, over to the side. Exhaling as we lower. We're going to go 3 times in each movement today. So inhale, reach up and over with that right arm. Exhale as you lower. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale and lower. One more time each side. Just move at your own pace. Sometimes my pace might be too fast, it might be too slow for your breath, so feel free to just move. Let's bring both hands to the floor, move at your own pace. We'll inhale both arms back up. This time exhale, let's turn to the right, opening the arms. Find a gentle twist. Inhale, arms lift back up. Exhaling, turning to the left. One hand to the knee, the other hand behind the body. Inhale, lifting back up. Exhaling, finding your twist to the right. Inhaling as we lift through the crown of the head, lift those arms. Exhaling, twist to the left. Once more each side, again, with your own breath, your own pace. Exhaling as you twist. Inhaling as we lift. And exhaling, opposite side. Inhaling back up. Let's bring those hands all the way down to our heart center. Go ahead and lower the hands to the legs, to the floor. Let's take 3 breaths. Just kind of check in as we pause in stillness here. Finding your breath once again. Feel a little more weight through the body. Maybe some more energy flowing. All right, and when you feel ready, go ahead and uncross those legs. You can shake them out in front of you or make our way around onto all fours. Okay, we're going to reach these hips back, untucking those toes, finding a gentle child's pose. So extending the arms forward, palms on the mat. Now in our child's pose here, this is a place you can always come to anytime throughout practice to take a little break, to pause, again to reconnect with that breath. So just know that, give yourself permission to always come here if needed. Hands are about shoulder width apart. We're going to find a gentle flow through, we just called our modified vinyasa, or modified sun salutation almost. So we're going to bring these arms forward, fingertips connected, really extend, reach out, get a little stretch to that lower back for a moment here, reaching the hips back towards those heels. Space in between those knees is completely up to you. Just one more breath here, allowing the head to drop towards the floor. And then on the next inhale, we'll find some movement. So inhaling forward up to your plank, drawing in through that lower belly. And on the exhale, we're going to bend these elbows. Try to keep them in along your sides. We're going to lower all the way down to the chest and the belly. Inhale, lifting the heart into your cobra. It can be a little lift, it can be a big lift, totally up to you. And then exhale, lowering back down. Inhale, we're going to lift back up to those knees. Try to lift the chest and hips at the same time. And then exhale, hips reach back. So that's our modified flow. Nice and simple. Let's move with the breath. First, take a moment to find the breath, finishing your next exhale. And then on your inhale, coming forward to your plank. Exhaling, elbows bend, lowering down to your mat. Inhale, lifting your heart, reaching it forward, lifting through the crown of the head. Exhale, lowering back down. Inhale as we lift back up to those knees, to our kneeling plank. Exhale, hips reach back. 2 more times with your breath. Inhaling forward to your plank. Exhaling, slowly lower down. Inhaling as we lift the crown of the head. Exhaling, lowering back down. Inhale, lift those lower belly away from the floor. Exhale, hips reach back. And once more, try to take full, complete breaths. Inhaling forward. Exhale slowly as you're breathing out, lowering down. Inhale, lifting the heart, shoulders draw down and back. Exhaling, relax. Inhaling back up and exhaling, hips reach back to that child's pose. Finding a pause right here. If it's not comfortable on those knees or those hips, you can always come up and just have a seat. Otherwise, in that child's pose, just resting your forehead on the mat or maybe on your hands. Taking about 3 breaths in stillness. When you feel ready to continue on, extending those arms forward, palms on the mat, lifting the hips just enough to tuck those toes, And then we're gonna reach these hips back once more, so really extend through the spine, ground down into those fingertips, and then slowly lift those hips up high to your downward dog. Feel free to take a moment here and walk out those heels, maybe bend one knee towards the mat and then the other. Maybe you shake that head yes and no. Release through the neck. And then turning that gaze forward, relaxing both heels towards the floor, bending through those knees and stepping those feet towards the front of your mat. Right into your forward fold. Once we get there, finding a deep bend in those knees, ground down into those toes. Very slowly, we're just gonna roll all the way up, one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders and head coming very last. Just making your way to the front of your mat, maybe shake out those arms, shake out those legs. Finding your space, finding your mountain before we move into our next little flow. So go ahead and bring those hands to your heart center. We're just gonna move through a traditional sun salutation, but again, we're just gonna move with our breath, creating a little moving meditation here. You can always do the modified flow like we just did as we lower down, or I'll show you just a little more challenging with those knees lifted. So when you feel ready, finding that breath, and on the next inhale, we'll let you reach those arms all the way out and up. Exhale, bending those knees and hinging at the hips, folding over those legs, untucking the head. On our inhale, we're just gonna lift halfway, rolling those shoulders back and down, find a nice long spine. Exhale, folding back over those legs, forward fold. Hands find the floor. We're gonna inhale, stepping both feet back to a plank. Knees or toes. On the exhale, we're gonna lower down. If you're on those toes, just lower halfway down. If you're on your knees, you can lower all the way down. And then inhale, rolling over those toes and lifting the crown of the head. Exhale, engage through that lower belly, lifting those hips up high, making your way back to your downward dog. And again, you can do that modified flow with the knees, going all the way to the mat, or what we just did there. So take a full breath here in your downward facing dog. On the next breath in, taking little steps, or you can hop your feet to the front of your mat, lifting halfway up when you get there, and exhale, forward fold. Deep bend in those knees, slowly inhale, let's reach those arms out and up as we stand up tall, and exhale, hands to our heart. All right, we're gonna move with our breath, one movement per breath as you feel ready. On that inhale, let's reach those arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling as you fold, stepping or hopping back as you breathe in, and on the breath out, bending those elbows, lowering half or all the way to the floor, and inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, making your way back, downward dog. Inhale, looking forward, stepping or hopping to the front and lifting halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bending the knees, slowly stand all the way up. And exhaling, hands to your heart. Continuing on, inhale, reach those arms. Exhale, swan dive down, one movement per breath. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, step or hop back to your plank. Exhale, as you bend those elbows, and inhale, lifting the heart. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhaling forward to that forward fold and halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Deep bend in those knees. Inhale, arms lift. Exhaling, hands to your heart. One more time, you're doing great. Moving with that breath. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, fold, stepping, or you can hop back to your plank. And exhale, lowering half or all the way down. Inhale, heart lifts forward and up. Exhaling, lifts, hips lift high, downward dog. Inhaling forward, halfway lift. Exhaling, fold. Deep bend in those knees. Inhaling, arms lift up. On the exhale, side out through the mouth. Roll out those shoulders. Shake it out. Just come back to your mountain. And finding your pause. We get so good at just moving, staying busy throughout our days, we often forget to pause and check in. So let's Find that breath here. Hands can be at heart center. Maybe you're out of breath like me. Or not, you're probably in much better shape, but that's all good. So go ahead and close those eyes, or you can turn that gaze downward. Few feet out in front of you. Slowing down that exhale. And as we keep our awareness on the breath, see if you can feel that body calming, slowing down with it. 3 more breaths here. Okay, on that next inhale, let's reach those arms out and up. Exhaling as we bring those hands to our heart center. 2 more breaths like that. Just inhale, reach back and out to the sides, all the way up. Exhale, feeling those fingertips connect. Lowering down to your heart. 1 more breath like that. Inhale all the way up. Exhale as you lower those hands, just sigh it out through your mouth. All right, thank you for joining me today for a quick guided or moving meditation. I hope you enjoyed moving with your breath. Feel free to continue on and keep moving with that breath, or joining me next time. So have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.